Hi guys, this is a Python game I developed earlier and I just feel I should share this with you guys. Let me just show you how it works. See this little fellow there? As it moves around, eat all the cones or ice lollies, and you see him increases in size. And we can also press letter M to pause the music. Press letter M back to continue the music. The music is actually from Joey. Just to let you guys know, the music is actually from Joey Pecoraro from YouTube. You guys can always download his music. Shout out to him. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take you guys straight into Python development environment, where we can put one of these together. Okay, so let's do that now, guys. So let's exit out and go to Python. Now, welcome to Python development environment, and I'm going to start by importing as follows. Let's import Pygame, and I will also import as follows there, because I'm going to need them as time goes on anyway for the program. Now the next thing I want to do is I will get this Pygame. Let's get it initialized. So let's come down here, Pygame dot initialize. And just for your information, if you don't have Pygame on your system, there are a lot of tutorials out there that will show you how you can get it installed on your system. You do need Pygame before you can create this program. So the first thing I would then like to do is to define the size of my screen. So I'm going to go for this. I'm going to call my screen display screen. I will make that, let's say, Pygame dot display and dot underscore mode, and that is going to be 1350 by, let's make that 700. Close that, and we then say 0 by 0 there. Next thing is I'm going to now set the caption. So I'll just enter Pygame dot display caption dot set underscore caption, and this time around I'm just going to give my caption, let's call it, I'm going to call it feed me, or maybe feed me now. There we go, that's my caption. Now my background color, I'm going to go for my favorite color, and that is powdered blue, and let's enter the RGB color notation there. So that's going to be 176 by 224 by 230. There we go. Right, so the next thing I want to do now is to embed the images I intend to use. But before I do that, I'm going to have to save. Let me save this project first. Save as. So I'm just going to call it ice cream game. Right, that's going to be the name of my project. Click on save. Now let me show you guys the images I intend to use. Those are the images I intend to use. Okay, feed me, ice, and this is the music I'm going to be using for the background. It's called Down by Joey that I told you guys earlier, and the author's name, the full name is Joey Pecoraro. You can always find out his details on YouTube, and thank you, Joey Pecoraro. So I will be using Joey Pecoraro, and these are the one that's just going to be for the eating, and here are the images. So maybe I should just double click on it so that you guys see that is one of the images, the ice cream or ice lolly, and here that's the image of the hungry man. So let's minimize this now. Okay, before I continue, I'd like to just maybe run this so that you guys can see, but let's cover this up. Just meant to be one parenthesis there. So let's run it, and you just see, all you see is just a big huge black frame, and that's all there is to it. That is it right there. Okay, there's nothing to it now. So I'm going to exit out. Okay, now the next thing I want to do is I want to come right down here and just to add my images. I'm going to say player image, and let's say equals Pygame dot image dot load. And what image you want me to load? I would like you to load this very image here, the one that is called feed me right there. Just press F2 and copy that. There we go. Let's copy that, paste that in there. Dot PNG. There, that is the image I intend to use. Now for this very image, let me declare another variable. I'm going to call that variable player equals Pygame dot rectangle, and this rectangle I'm going to divide this by 2. When you divide that by 2, it's going to give me 675 comma by 350, which is the half of the, and the size of the image I'm going to make it 40 by 40. That is it. That's for the image taken care of. Now one other thing I'd like to do before I proceed is I'm going to declare another variable. I'll call it stretch. Let's say stretch player. Okay, stretch player equals Pygame dot transform dot scale. So if there's anything, which means if the player eat any of those ice cream, it will actually expand in size. So player image comma equals 40 by 40 for now. There we go, and close that. Okay, before I continue, I would like you guys to be able to see this image. So I'm going to use a command called blade, which actually draw the images on the system. So let me copy this, display screen, paste that right there, dot blade, which means just draw the image on the system, the following image, which is the stretch player comma player. There. Then I will also include Pygame dot display dot update. Okay, so if I run this now, you guys will just see a big black frame with the image in the center. So let's see that. There we go, guys. You see that that's the image right there. Okay, but nothing is happening now. Now let's continue. So we want to try and make this image to be able to move left, right, up and down. Okay, the next thing I want to do is for this image to be able to move left and right, I'm going to declare as follows. I'm going to say go left. That's the name of my left variable. I'm going to set the value here to false, and I will also say go right, and the value is also going to be set to false. Then I'll go enter, go up and down. The value is also false. Now the next thing I want to do here is I will set velocity that will take care of the speed of my image. So let's make that 3 for now. Let's add our music, because right now these ones are not going to do anything, but let me call that feeding sound equals Pygame dot mixer dot sound, and the name of the sound is mushroom dot wave. There, that's one of the sound added. The other one I'm going to add would be the background one. So let's just copy this, paste this right here. So pygame.mixer, that will be .music, .load. Okay, because that's going to be for my background. .mp3. Close that. Now declare another variable for the music so that I can call that very variable. Let's see. So one thing first, we actually need to make sure we are able to play this. So let's say pygame.music.play, and the value is going to be -1, 0.0. Close that. Now music playing equals true for now. So we can try out this music. Let's hear if the background one will play. So let's go to run, and there we go, guys. You hear the background music. Just for your information, the music is by Joey Pecoraro. So I'm going to end that, and the next thing we want to do now is we have to use a loop. Let's say y equals true. Then we will also use a for loop. Let's say for events. So I'm going to be using different events here. So the first one is going to be, let's say, pygame.event.get as follows. .get there, and let's use an if statement this time around. If event dot type equals quit, then this is what I want the system to do. I want pygame to quit. I will say system.quit.exit. right. Okay, the very first event I like to take care of would be supposing the keys is down. So if the keys is down, so let's enter if event dot type equals pygame dot KEYDOWN. What do we want the system to do? Okay, in that case we have to use another if statement to determine the option made. So let's go for if events dot key this time around. So come right down here. If events dot key equals pygame dot k underscore left, or supposing the end user actually end up selecting the letter A, so that will be code A, and close that. Then I want it to go right, that will be false equals false. Why the variable go left, this variable will be true equals true. There. So we have to repeat the same thing for the other one, so I might as well just copy this. First of all, let's get this indented. Copy this and just change it around. That is, if it is right, I want you to do this, and this becomes, why this becomes false, and this will be letter D, right? And we have to take care of up and down, so I'm going to copy that, paste. Let's take care of up first. If the key is up, then that will be W, and go down will be false. Okay, let's change that to false. Why go up will be true, and that's true. There. Now let's copy this, paste it there. So the next one is going to be down. If the key is down, oh, that will be uppercase. Might as well type it. then this become an S. This will be false, up and down will be true. There we go. Yeah. Okay, there's an error here. Let's enter column for all and here as well. Yeah. All right. Okay, the other situation that we can, or that we might face, is supposing the key is up. So I'm going to copy this. Let's copy all of that, and I'll paste it right underneath here and just change the condition around. Okay, so this will become up. So in that case, if the left key is up, this will become false. You can get rid of this. Okay, and we repeat exactly the same thing for the right key. That becomes false. Get rid of that. Up key become false as well, and down key become false. And get rid of this. Yeah. Okay, let's run it and see how it's going to look like now. Then we can find a way just to speed this up. Okay, there we go. That's how it's still looking. Nothing much has changed. But I'm now going to just speed this up, and let's add two other keys. One is going to be for the music, just to pause the music, and the other one will just be just to jump and change position randomly. So I'm just going to enter, speed that up. There we go. Okay, for the M, that's just to pause the music, and that is it right here. Y, the X, that would just be to make the player jump from one position to the other randomly within these two range. So let's run it and you see what I'm talking about. So you hear the background music. You hear that? So if I press letter M, there, press it again, and let's assume I press X. This is what you guys will see. Okay, that's what you will see. So with that, for now, I'm going to call it the end of the first part of this tutorial, and I'll see you guys